What is up, everybody? JT Dangerous here once again. I am back to do my Major League Baseball postseason, American League and National League divisional predictions. Now, with Wild Card Week in the books, we are now into the divisional round of the postseason, and we will find out which 4 teams will punch their ticket to their respective league championship series. So I am very excited to do my divisional predictions for you guys this evening, and I hope you guys do enjoy. Now, our record coming into the divisional round after a not too bad wild card week, we went 1-1. So it's not a winning record, it's not a losing record, it's a 500 record. So I'm happy in one sense, but disappointed in the other. So hopefully in this video we will get back on the winning track and get our first ever postseason winning record. Hopefully. Now, if you guys haven't checked out my 3 videos that I put up on the channel on Monday, definitely go check them out if you haven't. This is the 4th video of this week, so hope you guys will be able to watch all these videos. Always show your support the channel by watching these videos, super kicking those like buttons, hitting that notification bell, commenting your picks, your opinions, and representing your Major League Baseball teams in the comment sections down below. Now, if this is your first time watching my channel today as a first-time viewer, and this is your first video, boy, you picked to go in if you're a huge fan of Major League Baseball like myself, and you're ready for the divisional round of this year's postseason. Welcome to the Dangerous Alliance. I'm JT Dangerous. Welcome to the club because this club is just 2. Whoop whoop! Again, thank you guys so very much. Now, other than that, let's get right into these divisional predictions. Starting off in the American League with the first American League Divisional Series matchup, pitting the Tampa Bay Rays, heading to Houston to face the Houston Astros. Now, the Tampa Bay Rays are coming off their victory tonight over the Oakland Athletics on the road, and the Rays are back in the American League Divisional Series for the first time since 2013, and they're looking to punch their ticket back to the American League Championship Series for the first time since 2008. But here's a huge dangerous fact. The Rays are 0-3 since their last divisional series win. That was back in 2008. So the Rays are looking to get their first divisional series victory since then. But this Rays team got it done on the road tonight, and now their biggest test comes up by facing off against a team that was in the league championship last year and a former World Series champion. There is already have the Houston Astros coming off their heartbreaking loss to my Boston Red Sox last year in the League Championship Series. And coming into this season, this Astros squad was determined to have the best record in baseball, which they did. The home field advantage throughout the American League playoffs, which they did, and they're looking to make a repeat trip back to the American League Championship Series for the 2nd year in a row. Now, when you got some fantastic players on this Astros roster like Jose Altuve, Alex Bregman, Carlos Correa, Michael Brantley, George Springer, Josh Reddick, their starting 5 is out of this world with Justin Verlander, Zach Greinke, Gent Cole, Wade Miley, Aaron Sanchez, and their closer Roberto Osuna. This Houston Astros team is poised to make another deep run back to the World Series and quite possibly bring another title to H-Town. So coming from me in this first American League Divisional Series matchup to see who will be punching their ticket to the ALCS this year. This one's tricky, but this Astros team is out of this world when it comes to the postseason. They just turned their intensity level to 100 when it comes to the postseason. So coming from me, I'm going to take the Houston Astros to defeat the Tampa Bay Rays in 4 games and advance to the American League Championship Series for the 2nd consecutive year. And now the second American League Divisional Series matchup, pitting the Minnesota Twins, heading to the Bronx to face the New York Yankees. Now, starting off with the Twins first, the Twins are back in the playoffs for the first time in 2 years. They are back in the American League Divisional Series for the first time since 2010, and they're looking to punch their ticket to the American League Championship Series for the first time since 2002. But here's another big dangerous fact. Since the Twins' last Divisional Series win all the way back in 2002, the Twins are winless in Divisional Series matchups. They are 0-5, and most of those losses were to the New York Yankees. So the Twins are looking to end a long losing streak against the Yankees, and also end their long losing streak in Divisional Series matchups. Now, this Twins team, a lot of people didn't expect to get here. A lot of people thought it was going to be the Indians winning the American League Central, but the Twins showed that they got the heart and they got the determination to bring it home, and they deserve to be here. And when you got great players on this team like Miguel Sano, Eddie Rosario, Luis Alvarez, Nelson Cruz, Jorge Polanco, starting 5 is still good with Jake Odorizzi, Devin Smeltzer, not Dave Meltzer, David Smeltzer, Jose Barrios, Nathan Perez, and their tandem of closers of Taylor Rogers and Sergio Romo. This Twins team is looking to end their long losing streak against the Yankees, because if you don't know, here's a huge dangerous fact. the Minnesota Twins are 2-13 against the New York Yankees in the postseason. You heard me right. They've only won 2 games. And they've only won 2 games against the New York Yankees in the postseason, and they've lost 13 straight to the Bronx Bombers. And they're looking to end that losing streak here and now and punch their ticket back to the ALCS. They're on the other side of the New York Yankees, looking to rectify what happened last year in the divisional series where they lost to my Boston Red Sox. And the Yankees are looking to punch their ticket back to the the ALCS for the first time in over 2 years. And they're looking to continue the misery to the Minnesota Twins in the postseason. Now, the New York Yankees, yes, they did win the American League East. I am not going to hate, as much as I do not like the Yankees, being a Red Sox fan. Got to give them credit. They had a fantastic year this year. And with their roster, they're a really tough team to beat. I mean, you got Aaron Judge, you got Luke Vogt, you got Brett Gardner, Aaron Hicks, Gary Sanchez. Hopefully a returning Juan Carlos Stanton. Their bullpen starting 5 is good with Masahiro Tanaka, J.A. Happ, CC Sabathia, and quite possibly his last game as a New York Yankee and in baseball, James Paxton, and their closer, their hot throwing closer, Adolis Chapman. So, coming from me in this American League Divisional Series matchup to see who will punch their ticket to the ALCS this year, this one's tricky. I can see this series going the full 5, possibly 4. But coming from me, I'm going to have to go with the New York Yankees, as much as I do not like the Yankees, to defeat the Minnesota Twins and punch their ticket back to the American League Championship Series for the first time in over 2 years and defeat them in 4, possibly 5 games. And now on to the National League, with the first National League Divisional Series matchup between the National League Central champions, the St. Louis Cardinals, heading to Atlanta to face the National League East champions, the Atlanta Braves. Now, the St. Louis Cardinals are coming back to the playoffs for the first time in over 4 years. They won the National League Central this year for the first time in over 4 years, and the Cardinals are looking to punch their ticket back to the NLCS for the first time in 5 years. Now, a lot of people didn't even expect the Cardinals to win the National League Central. A lot of people thought they were going to be the wild card team fighting for a playoff spot, but the Cardinals got it done on the final day of the regular season over the Chicago Cubs, which a lot of people thought it was going to be the Cubs or the Brewers are going to win the Central, and it turned out to be the Cardinals. So they busted their ass for 4 years to win the National League Central, and they definitely earned this opportunity. And they got some great players on their team still, with Yadier Molina, Paul Goldschmidt, Marcell Ozuna, Harrison Bader, Dexter Fowler. Their starting 5 is still good with Adam Wainwright, Mikael Waka, Dakota Hudson, Miles McCullis, and their closer, Carlos Martinez. And the Cardinals are looking to show that in the postseason, anything can happen, and they can definitely make a deep run. They're excited of the Atlanta Braves coming off their loss last year in the divisional series to the Los Angeles Dodgers, but the Braves are back for the 2nd consecutive year, and they're looking to punch their ticket back to the National League Championship Series since the year 2001. And here's another big dangerous fact. Since their last National League Divisional Series win, which was back in 2001, the Braves are 0-7 in National League Divisional Series matchups since then. And they're looking to end that long losing streak and punch their ticket back to the NLCS. Now, this Brave squad is good. I mean, a lot of people didn't expect them to win the National League East. A lot of people thought it was going to be the Phillies with Bryce Harper, the Nationals, or the Mets, but the Braves proved that they got it done by winning the division. Now, you got some great players on this Brave squad. You got Brian McCann, you got Freddie Freeman, you got Josh Donaldson, the former Toronto Blue Jay, you got Ozzie Albies, you got Matt Joyce, you got Nick Markakis, you got a fantastic starting 5. You got Mike Soroka, Julio Teheran, Dallas Keuchel, the former Astro, Max Fried, and their closer, Max Melodin. So this Braves team is hot. They're coming in hot, and they're looking to show that the American League East can finally bring home a world championship. So coming from me in this National League Divisional Series matchup to see who will be punching their ticket to the NLCS, this series can definitely go 5. I can see this series going 5, but coming from me, as much as I'm happy for the St. Louis Cardinals, I have to go with the Atlanta Braves to get it done and defeat the St. Louis Cardinals. And now the final National League Divisional Series matchup, pitting the Washington Nationals, heading to Chavez Ravine to face the reigning and defending National League champions, the Los Angeles Dodgers. Now, the Washington Nationals are coming off a come-from-behind victory at home on Tuesday in the wildcard game against the Milwaukee Brewers. After being down 3-1 in the 8th inning with 2 outs, they came roaring back, and a Bill Buckner mistake by a certain Milwaukee outfielder definitely cost the Brewers that game. But the Nationals are here back in the National League Divisional Series for the first time in 2 years, and they're looking to punch their ticket to their very first National League Championship Series as the Washington Nationals. And you talk about a shock that was, because I thought the Brewers had that game dead to rights, but that 8th inning with 2 outs and that Bill Buckner outfielder costing the Brewers the season definitely was shocking. And the Nationals showed that they got the heart to fight back even when down, and they're looking to knock off the reigning National League champions. There's how you have the National League champions, the Los Angeles Dodgers, coming off their loss to my Boston Red Sox in last year's World Series, and this Dodgers team is bound and determined to get back to that position and finally bring home a World Series title for the first time since the 80s. And their roster is ridiculously good, with Jock Peterson, Cody Bellinger, Justin Turner, Corey Seager, Max Muncy. Their pitching is ridiculous with Clayton Kershaw, who has to step up his game this season in the postseason. Rich Hill, Hyung Ryu, Kenta Maeda, and their fantastic closer, Kelly Jansen. But the big question coming in for the Dodgers is, can Clayton Kershaw finally have a postseason run to be remembered? Because we all know Clayton Kershaw hasn't done very well in the postseason. He's had meltdowns. He's cost his team wins and victories. But this has got to be the season they have to step the fuck up. This is win or bust this season, because they were in the World Series last year. Now the expectation is you got to make it to the World Series almost every year. And you have to have a good starting 5 staff, especially with the ace Clayton Kershaw. Because, yes, Clayton Kershaw can win all the Cy Young he wants. He can have all the best. He can have the most strikeouts in the National League or in Major League Baseball. But if you cannot win in the postseason, you are useless, because you're just a regular season pitcher that chokes in the postseason where it really matters the most. So Clayton Kershaw, you're on notice. You got to step up your game if you want to bring the Dodgers their first World Series title since the 80s. So coming from me in this National League Divisional Series matchup to see who will be punching their ticket to the NLCS this year, I know game 1 they're starting someone that's they're not starting Clayton Kershaw, which is kind of a surprise for the Dodgers not to start him. I bet you they'll start him in maybe game 2 or 3. I can see this series going 4, possibly 5, but coming from me, I can't go against the National League champions. I think this year could be their year. So coming from me, I'm going to go with the Los Angeles Dodgers to get it done and defeat the Washington Nationals in 4, possibly 5 games, and punch their ticket back to the National League Championship Series and defend their crown. And those are my Major League Baseball postseason divisional predictions. Now, I want to thank you guys so very much for watching this video today. Comment below, who do you have winning these American League Divisional Series? Who do you have winning? Who do you see making it to the ALCS? And who do you have winning the National League Divisional Series? And who do you have seeing making the NLCS? And let me know who you got making those league championships this year, and who is right now your front runner to win the World Series. For me, I would say it's the Los Angeles Dodgers or the New York Yankees or the Houston Astros. So let me know what you guys think. And as always, represent your Major League Baseball team. Even if they didn't make the playoffs or they were eliminated in the wild card round, still represent them. Let's have a conversation about it. Of course, I'm always on to see your comment, like it, and of course, reply right back to you, because comments are absolutely always welcome on this channel. Now, I do want to thank you guys so very much for watching my postseason predictions tonight. Thank you guys so very much for watching all the videos I put up on Monday. Again, thank you guys for all the support in the month of September. We're now in the month of October, and we got some big videos coming up, so hopefully you guys will be along for the ride. Now, before you guys go, as always, you guys can never forget to do this: that like button, comment, share with your friends, of course, super kick that like button like only you guys can. Of course, you guys can never forget to do this as well: that subscribe button, become part of this bigger and dangerous alliance, and I will see you guys next week for 4 big videos. Have a great night, guys, and peace.